like to welcome everybody back to Season 2, Episode 2 of Dota 101. This would be the 5. There's a few announcements I'd like to make. But before any of that, I'd like to make a comment on... I'm surprised that the mid-video, the intermediate mid-video, wasn't as popular as I thought it should have been. Interestingly, though, even though it's not as popular, the Dota 101 in-game lobby became really popular, where now everybody has these 1-on-1 tournaments and 5-on-5 scrim matches that they set up, and it definitely has pushed for the AL Dota in-house academy to be thrusted forward, and we're definitely making moves to try to get that shit working. I want to make a few announcements in regards to what we're doing now with Dota 101. So Dota 101 is going to be hosting a tournament here in Rochester, New York, EGS, April 12th to the... it's actually the 13th and the 14th. And I'm not going to get too heavy into the specifics, but AC has already signed on. We're looking to get more people. The Capitalist is also going to be there. There are some potential others that are going to be there. But for the most part, this is a Dota 101 production. Obviously, AL, Big Point are going to be sponsoring it. And some other sponsors. There's one secret sponsor, which we'll mention some other time. But as for that, I just wanted to let you guys know that Dota 101 will be hosting a tournament here. And it's going to be a collegiate tournament in Rochester, New York. I, of course, live in Miami, so I'll be doing some traveling, as well as all the other people that are going to be helping in the tournament and stuff. And, yeah, so it's hopefully going to be very successful, and I hope you guys end up coming to watch it and all that good shit. So today's episode is the 5. I'm going to teach you guys how to zone an opposing player so that your carry can get farm in a 1-on-1 situation. Well, in actually a 2-on-1 situation, but you and the opposing player, you'll be zoning him out in a 1-on-1 situation while your carry just farms and gets experience. I'm also going to be showing you guys how to work in a tri-lane against a solo suicide, where you guys have to communicate and stack and pull while the other one zones, and then share the experience and double pull and all this other shit. So that's going to be covered, and we're going to have a special tri-lane versus tri-lane with an up-and-coming North American team captained by ex-Root captain, as a matter of fact. Excuse me, Soul and his 2 members of his team against AL's Rise, Mania, and Uni. So that's going to be pretty cool. And there's going to be commentary by not only myself and Soul, the captain of the other squad, but all of the members of AL that participated in this tri-lane versus tri-lane. This episode is primarily for the support players that aren't used to or don't understand how to support a carry and stack and pull, where to place wards for the lane, and on top of this, where to be in a tri-lane and how to attack in a tri-lane, and just some other stuff where you're going to see AL in an aggressive situation as an aggressive tri-lane, and in a defensive situation as a defensive tri-lane, and all this other good shit. So this is definitely the episode for that. I also wanted to comment on Wagamama's carry episode. I am still not sure if we're going to be able to do that next, and I don't know if Cyborg Matt is actually going to feature it on his blog this week so that one of his lucky viewers gets that episode, because quite frankly, just everybody seems to be busy, and I mean, you know how it is, but I'm not going to miss a deadline, and you know, so we'll keep on moving, we'll figure it out. But that, I think, may still be on hold. I'll make an announcement if it isn't, but like I said, I'm not really sure if things don't pan out the way that I hope that they pan out. The next episode will be the next off-lane episode. However, you know, anything can happen and things can change. So for now, we'll just play it by ear, and then we'll figure this shit out. So let's get started in part 1 of the video. All right, ladies. So this is actually, let me talk a little bit about what match this is. This is Burning versus Dara at the International. This goes way back. This was actually the 25K in 25 minutes DK Burning game. I wanted to show you guys something in regards to how to zone properly and what you guys should be doing in relatively close spaces with the enemy hero. This is for if you are supporting a carry against a suicide solo. All right, so anyways, long story short, Left Track, which was played by Long DD, who is no longer on the new roster of DK, is actually the subject that we'll be watching today. What we're going to be focusing on is, again, zoning. And if you notice, he was basically solo. We saw the Veno earlier, but the Veno super was ganking a lot for mid lane. And I'm just going to show you guys what he was doing. See, he was zoning. Now, when I talk about zoning, I'm talking about this right here. So if the creep wave is here, you want to zone, right? Max range experience would be around here. What you want to end up doing is zone completely, right? So this, right? So this is the zone. This is the zone that you do not want that hero to be in. You want him to be on the opposite side of that zone. So if the creeper here, you want to zone him out here. Long DD by himself does a very good job of this all game. And the reason I bring this up is because I see two heroes not able to do this against an enemy hero like Darkseer or a Gondar or a Windrunner, and it drives me nuts. So for this intermediate episode, where we are going to learn how to go against a tri-lane, we are also going to learn how to fucking zone a single hero. Now this ward, I'm just being sort of nitpicky, could have been anywhere here so that you can see anyone coming up the river as well, but I mean, it doesn't matter. But look, again, look at Long DD. Long DD's job is specifically to stack and pull when applicable, but for the majority of the time, to zone out this Darkseer. So that burning obviously has the ability and to just free farm and do whatever he wants, and that is essentially what you want in the long run, especially if your carry player is as good as burning. Easy money. Now look at Long DD. So you see him move forward. Now burning. Now, okay, so I want to bring this up before this happens. So yes, I understand Long DD misses the stun and all that stuff. That's cool. Now, carry players also have to understand that you can help in the process of zoning out your players, or zoning out your enemy players. But for the sake of this discussion, we're just going to focus on what Long DD is doing. But understand that this is a team effort. This is a joint effort. So we can easily expect carry players to help in the process of. But again, for the point of the lesson, we are not going to be discussing this. We're just going to be discussing what Long DD is doing, and he did an incredible job. Now look, he's just taking pot shots. He's just making sure to hit. He's still level 1, but it's okay, because as long as burning is getting levels burning right now. Burning is level 2. Just turned level 2. What level is the Darkseer? Level 1. He has no experience. None. The same experience. Well, used to be the same experience as Long DD. Now look what's gonna happen. Now granted, this isn't Light of Heaven, but for the most part, it was still no joke. And let's just be fair. This is at the professional level, so they're right. You would assume that they're at equal ability. So even though you guys won't be going up against top-notch talent, that doesn't matter. You can still apply these techniques to players of your skill level, just as Long DD is doing here anyway. Now look, this is excellent zoning. So he sees the double ion shell use, right, which is a method of Darkseer to harass burning, to make burning go through all the pooled regen, to make burning not able to last hit, to try to slow him down as much as he can. And when that happened, Long DD took the initiative and said, oh, hey, okay, you want to do that? And he moved forward, and he was just attacking him. This is the same. Look at the same. He's applying the same method. He's like, okay, boom. Just zoning him out. Creating this barrier, right? He's creating this barrier between the creep and him. And the ward, this ward serves as the catalyst for what this is. Because Long DD has the advantage of scouting this out, of seeing this ward done. This ward should also be available for tri-lanes whenever you're in a tri-lane, so that you can see and hear TPs from the tower and stuff and all that good jazz. But look, still level 2, barely level 2. Look at Long DD, almost level 2. They're still within the same levels, and look what he's doing. He's just nothing but harassing. And look at burning, level 4. And then look. Now, granted, because of the fact that the support is no longer up there, right? It's a dual lane support here. So what's going to end up happening is, naturally, we're not going to get the stack and pull action, right, to deny even more experience. And Long DD is sort of at a disadvantage here from the support perspective, because he doesn't have somebody stacking or pulling and denying more experience. So that means his zoning method has to be impeccable, because if not, you're just not going to be able to keep Darkseer out. Now, granted, Darkseer is getting some free experience here, and he's doing a pretty decent job. And then look what Long DD does once the creep goes down. And now look, again, burning, helping his support player. Now, unfortunately, Long DD misses another stun, and again, these things are going to happen. I'm just highlighting the zoning method, which seems to be a hard time, and it drives me nuts that you see this in pubs and people are always fighting. Oh, this tri lane didn't work. Like, oh my God, you know, it's because of the experience gained by the suicide player. So moving forward, look at where M is. The tower. He's shook. He's so scared. Long DD has this guy petrified, shaking in his boots. And then look, he sees him moving forward. So Long DD just takes this route. Whoop. It's like, okay. Every time M tries to go into the jungle, Long DD phases him out. And just says, nope, sorry, bitch. Not happening. Look, again. Just eat it. Just eat the harass. Just eat the hits. Look at this. Just perfect use of this ward, and again, applying the zoning technique, which professional players all have to do in order to win games. Just doesn't happen if you're in the advantageous spot of having multiple numbers on the positive side over your opponents. You have to make sure that this happens. That if you have 2 or 3 heroes in one lane against one hero, that one hero is specifically responsible for zoning, while the other hero is specifically responsible for denying more experience and gaining more experience for the supports. And of course, you can alternate. But when you're in a position where it's a 2-on-1, it's actually harder for Long DD here, because he has to be, it's basically his job to go mano-a-mano with them. And, you know, obviously, Long DD's doing his job. Let's fast forward this a little bit so we can see some more action. Look, again, he's just farming here. Darkseer's just trying to creep block, trying to do everything he can. And now look what Long DD does. When the ward spotted him going to the rune, he said, okay, I'm free time. Instead of standing still and doing nothing, which a lot of you supports do, which we're also going to discuss, look what he ends up doing. This right here. Stacking. His opportunity to stack was when he saw that M was going to deny a rune or try to, you know, take a rune. And then look what happens. He gets his experience here, while still giving Burning the flexibility of not being level 6. This is a 4-level discrepancy here, guys. 4 levels. This is humongous. This is complete domination. Not even close. Look at this. Long DD is a higher, well, just turned the same level as his opponent, while his support player is level 7, 4 levels above the average of these two. Well, obviously the average of these two heroes. Just simple zoning techniques this guy's using. Now look what he ends up doing here. He ends up pulling. We learned this in episode 1. Unfortunately, the stun from the Minotaur, when the Minotaur has, I think, 3 or more units, it automatically stuns, and this is what ended up happening. Now he sort of pulled this, but still applying techniques we learned in episode 1, season 1, as well as episode 2, episode 2 of season 2, which is the zoning technique. And in conjunction, look what happens. He gets free experience. Meanwhile, his carry gets free experience. He's denying experience. I mean, it's a fucking win-win. There's just no other way around this. It's a win-win. And all of it was obviously predicated on the fact that Long DD had to do his job, because Venomancer was pulled mid lane because of the dual lane here mid. So super needed help. I believe it was Zippo who ended up helping Super. Excuse me. I think I made a mistake earlier. in reference to this. And now look where Leshrak's going. Now he sees, okay, Burning can handle this by himself, and now he leaves, and now he goes help his team. So this is just a brief introduction to the zoning technique and what you're supposed to be doing and where you're supposed to be going. So the few things I want to highlight again are the ability to zone, right? The ability to zone here, right? When this happens, when this happens, right? So as you're zoning, when this hero decides to go here to intercept the rune, Long DD, who was here, decides to go, hey, look, I'm just gonna go stack and pull. And if you guys aren't looking, look at the mini map. And then once he realizes, hey, look, Burning's level 7, he got this shit, he goes this way all the way to mid lane to see if he can help gank. You see how Long DD is maximizing his efficiency here, right? Because if you notice, now he came back after, you know, whatever happened middle, and he comes right back this way and he pulls, and he's getting experience, and he's not wasting any time. And that, I think, is the lesson that I want you guys to understand, right? Like, don't waste time. And specifically by don't wasting time, I also mean be useful. So be effective with your time, aside from not wasting time. And as you can see here, this is what's being done. And you know, again, season 1 episode 1, the method of the double pull, he's obviously using at 10 minutes into the game. Burning is not only the highest CS, but yeah, he's dominating CS and all this good stuff. And again, he just applied those simple techniques, which was zoning, maximizing his efficiency with his time by stacking and pulling whenever the opposing Darkseer was, you know, spotted by this rune of doing something else by leaving or doing something. And then when he knew that Burning was able to handle it on his own, he then went all the way backside when he ganked middle. So this at the intermediate level should be something that you support, should be applying to every time you are supporting a carry and you are against a fewer number of opposing players. So we will be jumping into the tri-lane versus tri-lane right now. This is the new recording. Okay, so I wanted to have this brief discussion with you guys before we started on the tri-lane versus tri-lane, because I wanted to emphasize team play, right? The open lines of communication between the two supports. So as you can see, I'm playing Nyx and I'm the 4. Now my job in this lane is to make sure the Darkseer, I'm supposed to just make him useless, right? So I'm supposed to drain all of his mana so that we can zone him out more effectively and we can have an easier time doing this. You know, we zone him out here just like we learned, right? Coddle now is going to have to, so initially, right, so one of you has to be the person to zone. So this is when you are in a tri-lane versus a suicide solo. When one of you is, you know, the one controlling the positioning of everything, right? When one of you is the dedicated blocker, the other person has to stack and pull. As you can see, Coddle will be stacking and pulling. I actually, you know, I was telling him he needed to or whatever while I just zoned him out here and all this stuff. And so this is what was going on. I was protecting. I was the 4. I was the one that's harassing. I was the one that's keeping him out. I'm just going to consistently use mana burn spam so that, you know, he can be a non-threat. And as you can see, Coddle is stacking, yet you're going to see something that's very interesting when this pull happens, and I'm going to explain in detail why. Now, what you're going to see is that I'm going to go back, I'm going to continue to harass him, I'm going to hit him with another mana burn, render him basically useless, I'm going to drop back, and then notice this transitional switch between the 5 and the 4. So the 4, who is primarily the zoner, is now going to be the farmer. Now you're going to ask why. It's quite simple. Coddle has an easier ability as a ranged hero to zone because of his natural range and, you know, etc., etc. But there's a further, well, there's a better long-term goal here. So Nyx, right? So for those of you that are unaware of Nyx Assassin, why he's the first ban, well, Nyx is by far my favorite hero, and he is my best hero. at any role. So that is being the 4 or middle. He was really unused until the carapace change, and a less important upgrade was the mana burn multiplier from 4 to 5. A significant upgrade was the strength gain that he had, right? So his overall HP pool. But what makes Nick such an effective middle laner is his strength in the mid game is really strong. The fact that he can neutralize a 5v5 fight into a 5v4 fight and give you a major advantage by taking somebody out really quickly and still having useful abilities like stun, and now the carapace, which is AoE and stuns everyone that touches him during its duration, is incredibly important. And playing him as the 4, a natural change in your mindset has to occur. So you can get aggressive in the mid game when you're middle, you will have items, you'll have all of this, but as most of you supports know, at higher levels, the reason why it's more difficult to play support is because you have to still be impactful, you have to still be useful, though you literally have nothing. You have no items, you're gonna be behind in levels, but you still have to find a way to make some sort of an impact. And this is where Nick struggles at the 4, because primarily all of his strengths are almost null, yet he is specifically used for team purposes. So in this case, the reason why I'm farming is because I want a stronger mid game, because I want items. So what happens? I'm harassing for a purpose. I start the zone so that I can make his mana almost negligible. So he has to determine whether Ion Shell is going to be used to get the Kato out of his face or to prevent PL from farming. This, my friends, is the dilemma that this Kato was in. But this is the strategy behind it. I open with the mana burn. This is what makes Nick so strong. I open with the mana burn. Now this will happen to a Windrunner or a Gondar, whomever. You open with the mana burn, you start taking away their mana, you limit their options. I'm here to farm so that I can have mid-game items, because what I'm going to end up doing is roaming, obviously, because I'm Nick's assassin and I'm going to be ganking all around the map, and I want to be able to get these kills. So what I'm doing is getting the levels here, and I'm getting the farm here, because Kato, obviously with Illuminate, is going to be able to farm much more effectively in the mid game than I am, because he can clear waves out and he can get just free experience. And yet I don't have that ability. I can't use my abilities to spam creep waves so that I can farm, because then I won't have the mana even with the Kato, unless I'm with the Kato. And the point basically being, guys, is that Kato has an easier time in the mid game farming and getting these items. Nyx does not, especially when Nyx doesn't have the flexibility of being in the mid lane and ganking and moving wherever he wants. Nyx is in this situation relegated to being a hard support, well, an off support, yet that hinders his relevance in the early game and mid game. Yet I'm trying to, you know, equalize it by farming. So as you can see, Nyx has now taken the reins of the zoning, whereas now I'm taking the reins of getting the experience and farm, because obviously I have a stun now that I'm level 2, and Kato is only going to have Illuminate, and a stun is technically better, of course, than Illuminate. So that's another reason, that's another little caveat, is because of my abilities, because of my 2 stuns, basically, it makes me much more effective at doing this. So as you can see, we're alternating positions, right? So eventually, right, and now I'm going back. What am I doing? I'm going back here. Now Kato is now trying to get the XP that he gave me, right? But he's trying to gain the XP here, right? He's now leeching the XP off of him while I'm not. I try to backpull here and I fucking fail like a noob. But you can see I'm staying away from the creep. 2 people are getting experience at once, not 3. I'm now going to move over to the jungle. Or no, Kato, I believe, is now going to end up stacking. He's going to go to stack and pull, and then remember, you can actually single pull if you don't get to stack, and then, you know, you can do this. But look how we're going to team this up. Now look what's happening. Look, we're splitting up. Why are we splitting up? What do you guys see? I'm going to give you some time. What you should be seeing is this. It's 349. The lanes can be pulled shortly. Now, why are we double pulling? There's 2 people. But what use do we have being in this lane when this guy's here and this guy's free farming here? And this is what I want to emphasize here. Is a lot of people waste a lot of time. And I'm going to give you another example. Instead of showing another replay, I'm just going to show you guys something. So say we were here, correct? Say we're here. And say this is our tri lane, the Nyx and Coddle. Nyx and Coddle can farm this wave. Or this wave if it was up. Do you know how? Coddle can sit back, spam Illuminate. Nyx can tank it, stun. Coddle can give Nyx mana, Coddle can give himself mana, you can continue. Whenever the opposing laner is here, this is what they can do. Like, so this is what these 2 supports should be doing. Right, so, I mean, as you can see, this isn't the, you know, the best example, but I'm just saying. So say Coddle and say me, you know, being Nyx, we're here. Well, we can farm. We can just farm here. Farm here, we can farm here, we can farm here. Let him free farm. There's no reason to waste time, guys. Make yourself useful. Now, in this game, we didn't actually farm the creep because he didn't have Illuminate yet. But look what we're doing with our time. We're maximizing our efficiency. We're not wasting time. So look what's going to happen. We're going to both stack. Meanwhile, this is going on. He's farming. And you can do this and anywhere, whenever it's a 3v1. You always have to maximize your time. See, here, look what I'm doing. I'm getting boots. Now, why do you think I'm getting boots? This is sort of a trick question, but why do you think I'm getting boots instead of something else? Well, I already got something else, but I'm getting boots because this guy is free farming and he's in no danger. But yeah, what do you see? Let's look at my perspective. Well, what do you see? I see an easy target. So look what's gonna happen. Coddle is gonna have a smoke. We are gonna smoke gank. This is again another form of control. We have already dominated our lane. Now we're going to try to control the game. So what are we doing? Now we're both splitting the farm here in experience, and once this is finished, we will be ganking middle. Now the biggest reason why I'm emphasizing these points is because a lot of times I see players not really know what to do during the downtime or just waste too much of their time. Look at the level 2, level 5. Is this sort of reminiscent of the burning game? It should be, because this is essentially what happened, and he's waiting to get his soul ring. Meanwhile, both of the supports are basically his level. Both of us are at least his level. And yeah, what are we doing? We're farming. I got boots. He's gonna get his boots. And then, if I remember correctly, here's where we smoked. Or he got boots. I think he got boots. Actually, let's check this. Yep. He's gonna get boots. And then we're gonna come here, and then we're gonna smoke, and then we're gonna gank. And look at the place that we're gonna go to gank. Look what we do, look what we do, look what we do, look what we do, and then I'm gonna hold here. And here. You guys can imagine what's gonna end up happening and all this good stuff. But look. So you see we're maximizing our time, double pulling, right? All that good shit. Giving this guy freedom to do whatever the fuck he wants. Giving this guy the worst time of his life. And then when things get really quiet and we know we smoke, we have our boots, we're gonna gank middle, and look at how we gank middle. Look how we transitioned into now playing basically dual roam supports. So now that we have this down, now that we have how to zone as when you know, in a 2v1 setting, how to zone as a team, and how to stack and pull together, and figuring out who does the stacking, who does the pulling, when do they do this, when do they do that, and then how to transition into, you know, smoke roamers. Now you guys have enough knowledge and information here to start practicing these methods, start practicing these techniques, start opening the lines of communication between you and your friends that are actively participating in the 4 or the 3, I mean the 4 or the 5, excuse me, and start doing this. Start doing this every time you play. There is no reason why, if you're ever in a tri lane against one hero, you guys shouldn't mimic and replicate this stuff, or do like what I said here. Is if this guy's solo farming and this dumbass has to, he's not a dumbass, I'm just saying, like, and say your enemy, right, like your enemy is going back to base because he's getting his butt whooped, then just fucking farm creep together here. Let the carry solo farm. Use Kato Illuminate or whomever. Use, you know, Rubik or whomever you are. Farm the creep together, right? Like, take out these camps. You can take this camp out. You can stack and pull this camp and, you know, do that good shit, you know, and all that stuff. Never have more than 2 people in a lane leeching experience. Just, these are basic things that I want all of you guys to know, and I want all of you guys to have seen, because instead of just focusing on tri lanes versus tri lanes, you guys are also going to be put in these positions. And if you're ever in a 3-on-1, do not sit here for fucking 13 minutes and be level 3 or 4 by the time the mid game comes around and just get rolled. Because guys, seriously, you don't have to. You can do other things like jungle farm together or roam gang together. And I hope that I made this point explicitly clear, because too much of this shit doesn't happen, and it really is a pain in the ass when sometimes you have to watch this. So please, 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 start practicing, start talking, start doing these things so that you guys can win more games and actively participate in higher skill forms of competition. Thank you. Okay, so here's a scenario. So for this next setup, we're gonna have AL. I set up a 3-on-3 tri-lane simulation, right? So we went through an entire draft. The first, third, and fifth picks were the tri-lane picks. The second and fourth were supposed to be the team orientation picks, right? And I did that so that we simulated a whole draft with bans and everything, so that we can set up what we would normally see. So for instance, aggressive tri-lanes would have a mid hero that can obviously be strong by themselves, not really need smoke ganks or support ganks or all that other bullshit. Long laners like Darkseer and you know, Magnus and heroes like that can, I mean, even Gondar, that can once again hold their own, not really need so many just so many adjustments in the game for them, because we wanted the tri-lane versus tri-lane action. Okay, so it was AL, it was Mania, Rise, and Unicorn against these 3 up-and-coming NA players from Sidestep DotA, Confused, the ex-captain of Root Gaming, Soul, and let's just call him YSL for now. I call him the NA puppy, but yeah. So it was them 3 against AL in a tri-lane versus tri-lane. We set up a scenario where both teams would be aggressive and both teams would be defensive. So they'll have an aggressive lineup. So AL, I believe, started the first game on the aggressive side. SSD, Sidestep DotA, was on the defensive side, and then they swapped. So we set up 2 games. And what we ended up doing was we ended up analyzing. So I have the games recorded. If you guys want to see the games recorded from my perspective, from the camera view, leave some comments on YouTube or whatever, and just let me know what the fuck you guys want, and then I'll, if I have to, I'll put them up and, you know, all that good shit, and I'll analyze it myself, I guess, if you want. But I thought of doing something a little bit differently, and we all analyzed it. So it was me, Mania, Rise, and Uni all analyzing the game, right? Like what happened, what was going on with the engagements, what each team was looking for, and all this stuff, so that you guys have a better idea of what's going on in the 3v3 setting. And believe it or not, I was really impressed with the NA team because I felt like they made the correct calls a lot of the time. Just things, little things like execution and communication served as like the tipping points. So it was really fun to see. It was a good experience, obviously, for them. AL was gracious enough, and I mean, I love my guys. Like, these guys are awesome. Like, Brian is phenomenal. If you guys haven't checked out Mania's coaching video, by all means, it's in season 1. I believe it was the last episode. Definitely watch it. I mean, Brian's awesome, and he will be in the new coaching network for Dota 101. So look for more information on that at the end of the video, on the outro and all that stuff. But yeah, so this is going to be a little bit different. I also wanted to let you guys know that there was a little bit of a video issue. There was a bordering issue, because what I fucking realized, and I was embarrassed and ashamed, and oh my goodness. So when you're a broadcaster in these games, you actually can't watch the replay yourselves. And they all could watch a replay, but I couldn't. So what I had to do was I had to stream the actual game and then speak to them while on Skype about the game. So they all analyzed it by watching through my stream. And Twitch ended up creating this border, like it's on widescreen. And you'll see it. So unfortunately, some of the little things are cut off, like the bottom row for items and, you know, last hits and all that stuff. So unfortunately, you guys are gonna have to deal with it. But like I said, if you guys really wanted to watch both the games from my perspective, you can. And, you know, if you guys really wanted me to analyze it myself, I can also do that. But I thought that this was a better idea, and getting the people involved to converse about what was going on, and, you know, to have all the different perspectives and ideas all in one, you know, one platform, I thought was really cool. Because, you know, these tri lanes are very intuitive, and there is no like set way to like tri lane or win a tri lane. But we gave you guys clear indications as to what your objective should be, and how to engage, when to engage, what can kill you during engagements, you know, when to pursue, when not to pursue, and all that other good shit. So by all means, per usual, leave your feedback and all that other stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed this this little tri-lane versus tri-lane control scrimmage thing. I'm definitely gonna want to do more of this shit, because this stuff is really cool, and I think this is basically the way that you guys should learn. And I'm hoping to get more pros involved into this, because I feel like the separation between the pros and their fans is like, it's just astronomical, and I kind of want to bridge that gap, because there's a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of information that you guys aren't being able to tap into, because just people are very close-minded and not very open to these types of things. And I kind of want to get more pros encouraged into doing stuff like this for the community, because honestly, this is the only way you guys are gonna fucking get better, because clearly some of the stuff that you guys are doing in public matchmaking isn't working. So leave your feedback either on Absolute TV or my email, which is thegoods@al-network.com. And I hope you guys enjoy. Oh, just give me a few seconds, then we'll start.
Yep.
Ready. Why did you pick a Juggernaut knowing that they had first picked the Nakes?
I picked Juggernaut because just as it's almost like a Nyx in the same respect, because you have Blade Fury for when they try to go on you, and also it's a really good early game burst damage hero. Like if we catch someone with a disruption that's not Naix, and if we can force a rage off of Naix from disruption at first, then we can go on the Naix. But it didn't go out as planned. I think the first 2 times we tried, we didn't notice that the supports were in the area. But then we got first blood also because we caught out, I think, the Lena because of Blade Storm.
Yeah, alright, so let's watch that as it happens. It's gonna happen a little bit further here. Okay. This was an interesting play too. That whole smoke idea, Mania, was pretty interesting. You were trying to catch him by their tier 2, like going up. Is that what you were doing, Brian?
Yeah, it's some early aggression.
Actually, I think we just wanted to like go around and catch them while they wanted to, like, we guessed they would protect their ward spot. Wanted to smoke around and catch one off guard, like instant burst him with our sinking Lina.
Oh, you can hear me now?
Oh, I can hear you now, bro.
Okay, yeah, it was basically what they said. We wanted to get some early wards out and also block that pole spot.
It was really hard to take control of our pool because they were just sitting around. That's why right here is where I call just go on them because they're just gonna sit here and try to get control. So that's why I called the go.
It's
Yeah.
a good go.
So the early Blade Fury was just to avoid Mania's stun. And here, I was surprised when you got first blood. I thought Shadow Demon died first. I remember
Yeah,
watching
I think it's because I hit my ice path. They would have gotten it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nyx wasn't so close, so.
Yeah,
I was going to farm the lane and my supports got caught on the. So.
But it's like it's really important for us to diff that spot, so we can pull.
Yeah. Looking back, I feel like after we got that we got control of the side sort of, we could have dewarded the pull ward and then probably pulled again.
Yeah, definitely.
We just didn't do that. We were more focused on like kills and stuff.
Yeah, because you got the first blood and jog, so we couldn't really contest the pull anymore if you wanted to diff it really well. So.
Yeah, was a mistake on our part.
Yeah, that back pull Mania was really smart too because that fucked up the whole equilibrium of the lane, and Rise stole some farm here, which was really good as well. That was really smart. That shit worked.
Yeah.
That was really good timing from Rise 2 to steal the Centaur creep. I tried to last hit it with my ice path, but obviously Dragon Slave is like a lot more burst damage.
Yeah. That's why Coddle is so annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. His ability to steal creep in Trine Lane.
Yeah.
The defensive ice path.
Do you know what the CS was? Was Dax ahead of our Juggernaut? I don't know what the CS was.
At the end of it, yeah, but I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention during the lane, but at the end of it, yeah, he had a lot more. So he had like plus 20, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's understandable. Right here, we try to bait out a rage, and then we fail because they just turn on us and we get raped.
Yeah, I felt specifically that a lot of your calls were the right calls. The problem was the timing was off.
Yeah.
Like that death didn't need to happen. And this one coming up didn't need to either. This one right here. Like, that was just a timing positioning thing.
Yeah.
I actually think it's that their combinations of heroes is kind of more defensive than aggressive. Like, can save your heroes much better than go.
Yeah.
It's really hard to go on a rage at Nyx.
And the interesting thing too was Uni, your build was open wounds and then lifesteal, right? Like you didn't get rage till level 3, right?
Yeah, I didn't get it. It's level 3.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, so they could have taken advantage of that much earlier. That's something else I was noticing that didn't happen.
Dang.
Yeah, but yeah, I knew it also, so I played a bit passive, and but my supports was really good, and they gave me a lot of XP, so I got level 3 kind of fast.
Oh man. It's so
Yeah,
small.
another back pull, which is super huge. These things just fuck up the equilibrium of the lane.
I tried to pull the diary camp from the small one that I just tried, but then I got melee creeps and it's like impossible to pull.
Yeah. See, right now, Juggernaut was leading actually by like two CS at this point.
Right.
But by the end of the game, it's just when he pulled away. So up to right here, Alex
They're getting a
was,
lot more experience than we
Yeah.
are because of the
Mhm.
pulls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those back pulls are super fucking clutch.
Yeah, that's also another thing. If you know your opponent might go aggressive,
Mhm.
of course you kind of knew it, but then you can block that pull because it can really destroy your lane.
Did you guys see
Like-
that right there? Like, did you guys know they were smoking when this happened? Did you guys?
No, we didn't know at
No,
all.
we didn't.
Oh really? Oh, I did.
We
I
felt
thought
like
you-
they were
whiff,
gonna
the
come
whiff.
from behind.
Watch this. Oh no, never mind. This isn't a mania whiff. Hold
Yeah.
on.
Oh, Lina feeding.
Dating.
I was like not sure if he was gonna get him, and I didn't really want to steal it, but then
Yeah. This was a nice trade here, and
face boots.
yeah, it was the boots.
I had to try. I tried to buy enough time for Shell even to come in and disrupt, but that wasn't enough. Like I used the salve there, so now I have no region in the lane. I have to buy.
Mhm.
Region.
That was a nice joke.
So like, all right. So when you guys in the aggressive tri lane, I'm gonna pause this real quick so I can get an answer. And this is the third back pull, which is fucking huge. We'll talk about in a second. So the thing I wanted to talk to you guys about now is, so when you're aggressive tri laning, what dictates the win for you? Like, what are you happy with? Is it a change of even kills, or is it an amount of certain levels that you guys want to attain? Like, what to you is a win when you're going aggressive?
Getting farm on nakes and levels for us at least.
Mhm.
I feel like
I think our goal is just about the same as theirs.
Hmm.
Farm on Juggernaut with levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you guys have the relative advantage because of obviously the lane. So because of that disadvantage, there has to like like I guess a win for them should be a little less than what a win for you would be. You know, since it's your short lane. So I was just curious as to like, from like the professional perspective, when you're going in an aggressive tri lane, like what really constitutes as a win? Because remember, up to this point, the Juggernaut still had a little bit more farm, but that technically is still a win for you guys, right? Because Uni was still in the ballpark with the CS, like he was still pretty close.
Yeah, I would say he's still even with our Juggernaut. I'm pretty sure he is.
And
Yeah.
this is super big. This is the third back pull, which is just this is phenomenal. By the way,
We didn't utilize our pull like at all.
I think it
That's
plays
also
a
why I
really
like
huge
Nina,
part.
because he's really good at taking those lashes from the river. So
yeah, this is really big.
Does our Juggernaut get both of these? Oh, I guess one.
I feel like, to be honest, that's the difference in the lane and the experience was just the back pulling. The 3 consecutive back pulls I thought were really fucking clutch.
Ooh.
There was a point where Juggernaut was always almost 6. I think this is the point. So after Juggernaut got 6, we were okay for focusing next. I don't know if we get him. I don't remember.
Yeah, you get me.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah. Did we lose 2? We might have lost.
Oh, the whiff!
yeah,
Oh,
I
I
wanted to
got it
stun
on
him when he
tape,
went.
Mania. Nah, it's all good. Man.
And next time from that.
Yeah, keep an eye on nice. I want to go in first sanking. Like
Yeah.
I think we went the whiff.
I should have done it before, but
But you, you didn't do it right after, so I didn't really think you would do it.
The juice.
So I ran.
thought you would run out with
I
me.
can't believe Rise got out of this. I thought he was fucking dead for sure, and out of nowhere.
Oh yeah, you both get away, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was fucking.
Oh my
that
God,
right
that
there,
was
I
so
think, was the change in the game because
We could have turned the lane around because we were losing
Yep.
by a lot. If we got these 2 kills, then we would have been all right.
I agree. Because they survive, I felt like that just really put a hole in it. Because then remember, he got, I think it was like 2 waves of experience here. Nakes. Yeah, he got 2. Yeah, look, 2 full waves of experience. Meanwhile, Mania, look at the mini map. Meanwhile, Mania.
What is that chicken doing? Oh,
Yeah.
it's going to secret.
Oh,
Even though there's one right here, guys. It's okay, though. Oh, no, that's theirs. Never mind. I was gonna make fun of Mania somewhere. Oh yeah, that was a nice stun.
That was just another call to bait rage, but
Mm-hmm.
it was bad.
Backfired.
Yeah. Cause they get the kill here, and that I think this one really hurt in particular.
US East. I think I almost got my armlet now. It's pretty huge.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I remember this point. You had a gloves of haste. You had the gloves of attack. Yeah. See, there you go. And they're gonna come from the side here with a good smoke gank, which was interesting because you guys were just slightly off, but that was. Like,
Rise's positioning was retardedly good here. Like
Yeah.
he stayed like almost perfectly in fog.
Yeah.
That's why we had to commit
And he
so
was
much more.
almost moving away. Like, did you notice
Yeah.
that? Look, I'm gonna
It's
replay
it's
it.
like he knew or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was
It
gonna
a
ask.
good
Did you know, Rise? Like, did you know this was coming?
Yeah, kinda. Like I was expecting you guys to come from that direction, but
Yeah.
like I couldn't know you would come for sure. But
That's just experience. Cause look, you end up sticking right here, and then you just like drift forward this way. Watch. You see, he goes up, forward, going back, up, forward again. Fuck you. I was like, wow. I thought they for sure had at least 2 of you. And then again.
But you still
Rise,
caught me.
yeah. Oh yeah, but it doesn't matter though. The damage was already done. Like.
yeah, I know.
The element of surprise was broken, and this I thought was bullshit because Uni got ulted, he got Juggernaut ulted, and then look, just he jumps to a creep. That was such bullshit.
I
That
don't.
was such
Yeah.
bullshit.
I think I would have
jump
died.
to me.
No, you for sure would have died. It wouldn't have been close. But all right, so quickly, both teams. All right, so we'll start with AL. What do you think was the difference in that first matchup, in that first tri-lane versus tri-lane? Was there one particular play, or do you think just overall, just the small advantages that you guys got from?
I felt like it was mostly them not getting the pulls and then us pulling. But we're getting denied a lot of creeps on that. Even though I think they had like a better combo for killing our supports. It's really hard for us to go on anyone because if we had to go past the jog that would just be spinning on us.
And so, was that probably your biggest regret, is allowing so many back pulls?
Yeah. I'm not that. That's not really a regret for me because they can always do that. The regret I have is because we didn't. After we got first blood, we didn't seize control of our pull to make sure we were pulling all the time. Because when we have the advantage like that, like if they're pulling off to the side, we'll be able. Actually, Rise was playing really well. We wouldn't have been able to catch him. So I guess them pulling was really good too. So
I do have a question for you as well. Why didn't you guys actually pull from the easy camp?
oh, I said that because it was a melee camp and I tried to pull it, but then it didn't actually.
Yes, you did say
it
that
doesn't
earlier,
register.
actually.
Yeah, it doesn't register. It doesn't
Oh,
pull all the
sorry.
way.
We also blocked it in the start.
Oh yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go straight to the second game where the tables returned. So now AL's on the defensive side here with a super gay undying farming, which we'll discuss whether or not that normally happens, but and Uni with his 3-man fucking Oh my
We
goodness.
wanted to go like Venge, Maiden, and PA, but then we saw Panda. We thought, okay, we're not gonna be able to do anything with PA.
Yeah, so we'll just. Ugh. All right. And I forget what I was doing here. I was eating shit, obviously. So I'm gonna have to use a mini map. Never mind. This I thought was a pretty cute trick what you guys did right here. When you guys hit over here, I was like, oh.
Yeah, this is really one important thing about defensive trialing, like securing your pull spot so you can pull. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, but this right here, you caught them. Like, they didn't know you guys were gonna be there, and then the 3-man fucking decay was ridiculous. And obviously, confused getting away here was huge.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed, but I blocked the Undying to make sure he didn't get his last hit off.
Yeah.
But I still died for it, so didn't really matter.
Yeah, but you got first blood.
Yep.
So this guy's camera skills too good, huh? To be fair, I didn't think that I wouldn't be able to check the, you know, the whole replay. So like, I was just doing this just to, you know, just in case. So,
Yeah.
But I'm glad I got it because then we can.
My thought process at this point is that we're having enough burst damage to just kill the Undying. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Well, I think most of the time what happened is that he got his decay off before we killed him.
Yep.
I think that was big.
And he got soul rip at level 2, which was huge, and that
Oh
heal ended up saving
he
his
killed
life.
150. Like,
Yeah.
oh my, that's so...
He was gonna die one time, and he soul ripped, and I was like, "Wow, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Did you go one in
the-
soul rip only?
What?
Yeah,
Was it
he
only level 1 soul rip?
Yep.
Oh,
Yes.
that heals a lot. I
Yeah,
thought it
it
was like
does.
level 6 or something.
Those decays were just fucking ridiculous. And the neutral kill. Shout out to the neutral camp. Winning the game. And yeah, this is when it just got ridiculous because Undying's decay was just fucking the difference here, to be honest. Like, it's just unreasonable.
I forgot what situation we were put in. We tried to go on the CM or something, and she was too far.
Yeah.
And then we just all 3 died.
It's the
Almost
bait, man.
Really, it is. I think at this point the lane is already lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's too tough.
It's really hard to come back from this. You get like one more chance maybe if you like kill all 3 again. But
And here I thought was the closest shot, and then this shit right here was just ridiculous. Like, what are you gonna fucking do? Seriously. So then you change targets and he gets 1 second stun. And then look at this asshole.
Mania was actually really smart there to try and dodge my Illuminate before I got off, but he didn't make it.
But the change in direction bought Undying time.
Yeah.
And then this tombstone was just.
This overcommitment from us is actually really bad. I shouldn't have called this.
Yep.
Should have just backed after we killed VS.
Yeah, the unfortunate part was Tombstone, I think, changed too many fights in this. Like, it's going to happen a few more times where you guys have an advantage, and then all of a sudden Tombstone makes you guys have to man up instead of being able to run away, and that just really sucks. Penis.
I think it was a mechanical error for me to walk out when I tried to fog the Undying. I should have just stayed in. Maybe I would have been able to kill him. I think his decay was already back up, so it didn't matter. Not sure.
I think you get like one good combo of more.
Yeah.
So, Mania, why did you pick Vengeful, by the way, as your first pick? Like I know you wanted to pick the PA, but like...
It's because we just wanted like a lane with a Maiden Venge, and we didn't know what the last hero wanted to go. I just wanted to try to see if burst works when you're playing against Cuddle.
Yeah, see right here, this is another one where you guys had the advantage, and then fucking Tombstone just was so stupid because they gave him a free kill, and then you got killed right here by another neutral camp. I think he gets away here because Mania doesn't have mana. That's
Yeah.
another just unfortunate turn of events.
What did you skill? How did you skill, by the way? You're undying.
I skilled the. Oh yeah, he skilled. I don't know. Yeah, I think Choma.
Decay, Soul Rip, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 3, 3.
Okay.
So like, I think the second spell is so good. Like it's how much heal? Like 150 or something?
Yeah.
At level 1, it's really good.
Yeah, it's just overcommitting to Undying is like the worst thing, and then yeah, they were successfully, luckily, use a small camp pull.
What I should have done in the first game is just to clear the small camp to make sure it wasn't kobolds anymore.
Yeah. Oh, this play was really tough to watch because at one point, watch, you guys will see. This was unfortunate. Like, I like the idea of trying to catch somebody going to stack and pull or do something, and then that should. Once you saw this, you knew you had to retreat. And then the ensuing fight was just really tough because you guys ended up fighting here.
Yeah, we didn't have any vision on the map of where they were, so I was assuming they were pulling, but they were just actually in the lead.
Yep. This is Unicorn. Just unbelievable. I don't understand why this hero's so broken.
Oh my god, he's
Unbelievable. Fuck. This is unreal.
So annoying. Seeing an Undying running away like that.
It's unbelievable. I
I
mean,
think you couldn't have got any better combo. Okay, maybe 2 seconds done, but the combo was perfect. There.
I thought I was gonna be able to snipe off Rise here because I knew I could steal the creep. I think if I got my auto attack off from the cliff here,
Yep.
and then I canceled it on accident.
this was just hilarious. I was like, oh,
Yeah, Rise outplayed the shit on me here.
it's okay.
I was like, I'm gonna auto attack you, okay? Magic stick.
Like, okay, that's not gonna happen today.
I just die looking like a noob.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because I thought the weakness that they had was they didn't have a lot of range in their range heroes.
Mhm.
But because Undying, he gave them a flexibility to do whatever the fuck they want. I almost feel like if you guys picked any other hero other than Undying, I don't think you guys would have dominated like that because that was just ridiculous. It's just fucking raping. Humania, have you ever used Undying like this in a defensive tri lane?
A few times.
Yeah.
Not that much. Mostly in offensive. But yeah, you just need to fight a lot with Undying.
You have to pick your fights a lot more carefully when you're against Undying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really need
Because
to
unless
be able to
unless you're
down.
gonna, if you're not gonna burst down the hero you're targeting, then you're gonna lose the fight.
The swap. The battle tread swap.
Oh my god, that tome is just raping everything.
Yeah, Tommy's just.
So broken. This guy, bro. I mean, the good thing about Undying is he's balanced, right? Because he really, after 25 minutes, he's almost worthless. It's just Tombstone that does anything, but he is early game just unbelievably strong. This was just ridiculous.
Second son and can't get an auto attack.
Yes, it's so ridiculous. And then someone else dies too. Confused. Yeah, there he goes. The stun. And then I think here's where we call it. So.
Crystal Maiden's actually a really good early hero. People stop picking it because like I don't know, like she's weak when it comes down to like late game and stuff. But early game, mid game, like she has complete control of the game.
Best hero.
It's more positioning with anything. Like you can stop yourself from dying a lot from positioning with Crystal Maiden.
So, we'll start with AL. One big difference in that game, aside from Undying.
Uh, don't know. Undying.
So basically, what you're saying, yeah, it was just Undying. That hero's so stupid, and so it would probably be the same, right? The fact that they have fucking Undying.
Well, yeah. There's there's a lot of times where we overcommit also, where like you can't take chances about like trying to overcommit to killing 2 heroes, because then you just lose 3. So
Yeah.
against Undying.
Alrighty, gentlemen. Look, I want to thank you guys. I really do appreciate this. This will be obviously in the next episode of Dota 101, but yeah. So thank you guys for taking the time out to do this tri-lane versus tri-lane, and I look forward to having you guys on the show sometime in the future.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man.
Okay, so I'm actually going to announce this here. That is obviously the end of the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, so we had a little bit of a video issue because I completely forgot that you can't actually watch replays when you are spectating a match as a broadcaster. So what's going to end up happening is it just won't show up on your games played. So what I ended up doing is streaming the you know, I recorded the matches, and then we all, you know, discussed it and all that stuff. So I apologize for the fact that some of it was like cut with a border and shit. But yeah, so really hope you guys enjoyed the pro perspective and the future pro perspective of you know, tri-lane versus tri-lane, and what went wrong in those tri-lanes and what could have went better in the tri-lanes and all that other shit. Tri-lane versus tri-lane is a little bit more difficult to explain than obviously the stuff you saw in part 1. But yeah, so I am still not sure about the things we discussed earlier in regards to the next episode, so we're going to play it by ear. But I did want to mention something. This is important, and the reason I didn't put this in this intro is because I know most of you motherfuckers don't actually watch the entire video, so most of you won't be seeing this, and it's okay though. Why? Because quite frankly, you don't deserve to be seeing this right now. I will make a future announcement about this anyway. However, for those of you that want to jump on it early, you will be able to get it for free. No, so an idea I had with the Dota 101 network is I wanted to create a coaching network, right? So see, I coach a bunch of these guys in the Dota 101 chat all the time, and I obviously am coaching you guys from afar and all this other shit, and that's great. I'm launching on a website which I will sponsor and feature a coaching network where coaches from Dota 101, specifically Mania right now, is the coach that is slated. Any future coach that coaches on Dota 101 will also be implemented, as well as Wagamama and any other participants in the future. Where, okay, so some of you guys want me to coach you, and I keep getting messages all the time about, hey man, can we, you know, can I get a one-on-one session and all this stuff? And obviously I'm going to end up charging money for it, not because, you know, I'm greedy, whatever, blah blah blah, but because the ideas that I want to implement obviously cost money, and these are going to be the things that are going to pave that way. So what I want to do is I'm already going to start a coaching network where you can get coached by myself during, you know, off time, not Dota 101 time and all that other shit, as well as, say you wanted Mania to coach you at the 4, or say you wanted Wagamama to coach you at the 1, and you want personal, now you didn't want to watch Dota 101, his episode, or after you watched it, you're like, man, I want to be able to be coached by him. You'll pay a fee, and you will be charged by the hour, and you can be coached by that guy. And it's a good way for these pro players to make more money, and it's going to get them more active in the community. And that's basically the whole premise of this. Is I want not only you guys to come to Dota 1 and watch these videos, but I want you guys to actually feel not only part of a community and family, but I want you guys to feel like if you needed help getting better, there are ways to get better that do not require, obviously, you know, spending, you know, all day playing a game to learn something that we can teach you and help you out in a matter of, you know, minutes or hours or whatever. And just then implementing those strategies in your game will obviously increase your play. But really, because there's no place for these professional players to make money, and unfortunately, you know, that's a big part of the reason why these professional players, you know, haven't really done so much for the community per se. And yeah, I mean, in retrospect, right? I mean, you can think about it and say, well, you know, it's pretty shitty that they need to have money and stuff. But you also have to think, like, these guys spend a lot of time. They try to do well. There isn't really that much money in the community, and some of you guys will pay the money, you know, to hang out with them and learn from them. And you know, this is basic. To me, it's less about the money and more to encourage, the building of relationships between like us and our fans, right? And I think that this is the first stage of implementation. Of course, when we launch it at first, this is going to be free for a short period of time, and then for the pros, I don't know if I'm going to make it free for the pros, but I know for myself, I'll coach for free just to get this thing moving. And then eventually, hopefully, like, you guys start hitting up these pros more, and I'm going to leave a place where you guys can actually contact us, contact Dota 101. We will then take the initiative to find those pros and set up the date and all that other good shit. But I wanted to let you guys know that this is possible, and obviously leave messages and feedback and let me know what you guys think about it, because I only get to do one episode, right? So like Mania's episode, right? We gave it away to AO, the AO network, and then one lucky guy got to do it. Wagamama episode, we're going to give it to Cyborg Matt. And the next coaching episode, we're going to give to Dota Insight and all that stuff. Well, you guys only have that one chance to win, but this is your opportunity. You know, it's going to cost a little bit of money, but this is your opportunity to be engaged in a coaching event, and we will record it and we'll put it up somewhere for you guys to watch the VODs and all that stuff, you know, and all that good shit. Because like I said, you know, you guys help us out, we're definitely going to help you out, and this just mutually beneficial relationship is something that I hopefully have, you know, catch on for myself and these professional players, so that they can make more of a living for themselves while still ingratiating themselves with the community and all that stuff. And you know, it's going to be a small nominal fee, but it's going to go a long way into the development of all you guys and your ability to not only play with these pros, but learn from these pros firsthand. Because to be honest, Dota 101 shouldn't have been made by somebody like me. It should have been made by one of these pros. But you know, they're always so busy and they have so many obligations, and you know, and then somebody like me comes along and starts doing this. So this is to bridge that gap. You know, I want you guys to be able to experience, to meet like your favorite player. And even though you're paying for it, it's cool, man. Like, you get to chill with them, you get to learn from them. Like, come on, man, this is dope. So definitely just wanted to let you guys know that. I hope you guys enjoy this episode, and I hope that you guys continue and wait for the next episode of the 5, which will be in the advanced session. If you noticed, I didn't show the gank in part 1 where we smoked. That is what's going to be on the slate for the advanced series for season 3, where I'm going to show you guys how to transition into roam ganking and smoke ganking and all that other shit, and TP supports and all that good shit, and anything involved in ganking. So you guys would have already learned how to stack and pull, where to ward, where to counter ward, how to ward. You would learn how to tri-lane, how to solo support, how to zone, how to double pull, how to smoke gank. Now, the only thing to complete it so that you guys are ready for then the 4th season, which is the captain's mode play, is to learn how to smoke gank, TP support gank, and or roam gank. So once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave all your feedback, all that good shit. Look for that coaching shit to be signed up. Look for the Dota or the AO Dota in-house academy to be up and running. Also, enter the game lobby for Dota 101, where you can practice one-on-ones with me or other potential Dota 101 fans, and you can have scrimmages and hold 5-on-5 sessions. It's actually pretty cool. It's crazy how that shit is fucking turning into like a Dota hub. But all right, guys, peace.